Hello, and welcome back to another video. This video is a long anticipated one by myself and hopefully by you guys too, the lovely full day of eating videos. This one is going to be a training day for the day of eating. I've got chest and arms on the agenda, and the calories and macros for today will be here somewhere. Now, it does vary at the moment because I'm actually losing weight quite quickly. I'm sitting at 75 kilos and I don't want it to go down much lower anymore. I'm really happy with how I'm looking. Maybe I'll do a physique update today, and I'm adjusting it based off of morning weights. Essentially, I'm being very reactive to how my weight's changing and increasing food where I need to. I'm actually only eating 4 meals at the moment, so that's what you'll see. And I'm going to be starting my full-blown off season at the end of August, just so I'm as responsive and as healthy as I can be, because I'm still recovering from prep, still have too many symptoms. But anyway, going on to meal number one. This is my pre-workout meal, which I'm going to whip up together. I've got 60 grams of oats in here with 25 grams of white chocolate Perform isolate. This one here, and the reason I'm using isolate in all of my meals today is because I've been having a few different allergic reactions and skin reactions to food. So I'm testing out what they are. I've identified that eggs and egg whites are causing me a bit of reaction, but now I'm going to see if standard whey protein, if that gives me a reaction, and if isolate helps remove that. And then I'll adjust as I go along. I don't think it is the actual protein itself, but thought I'd test it out. As well as that, we've got 25 grams of salted caramel dark chocolate. We've got 200 grams of a mix of strawberries and blueberries going in as well. And then another 25 grams of protein in the form of whey drip going in. And then my morning supplements I always take with meal number one, so I've actually got to redo it today, but it is omega-3 multivitamins and minerals, zinc and magnesium, vitamin D3 and K2, and then finasteride and minoxidil as well for my hair. I will take these with a 1.5 litre water bottle. Perfect. Now, I always take it with meal number one so my body absorbs the supplements properly and it doesn't just sit there, because like I said in my last video, if you notice, if you take your supplements in the morning fasted and you go to the toilet, you'll notice your pee's neon green. That's just because your body's flushing out most of the supplements. They aren't actually getting absorbed. I've already had 1 serving of electrolytes as well this morning, so that's already in my system. I have had 25 milliliters of aloe vera juice, 25 milliliters of lemon juice, 5 grams of creatine and 5 grams of L-glutamine. That's my morning poopy drink. I've been cracking on with check-ins. I've already done 6,000 steps, so I do that first thing as soon as I wake up. I do 6,000 steps, roughly like an hour of cardio, I guess you could say, and then I get onto my first block of check-ins. I eat, I do another hour of check-ins, and then I leave for the gym. That's usually how my morning routine looks. Let's get the rest of this concoction created. So dark chocolate in there. Let's add the 200 gram of fruit, which should be the rest of this packet if I'm not mistaken. The reason I like a lot of fruit is because, one, it keeps me a little bit fuller, but then also it's a different source of carbohydrates through fructose rather than glucose. Oats are a good mix of slow digesting carbohydrates as well, so it will keep me nice and energetic throughout my session. It won't digest very, very quickly. Most of the time I have cream of rice, but I just fancied oats today. And then also I've got the dark chocolate, 1 for a carb source and 2 for an extra fat source, once again to slow the digestion of carbohydrates down, so it isn't just flushing straight through my system. Let's get the whey drip on here. Let's pull that out. Absolutely fantastic. I've also got 2 grams of pink salt, 2 grams of low salt in there as well, and that's for the pump benefits, and also yet again it helps electrolyte balance, because you want a good mix of potassium and sodium, because if you're not having an adequate amount, essentially the water you're drinking is just flushing straight in and out of your system, because you need a good electrolyte balance, right? So good. And it gives you a filthy pump, right? You can't ever leave any whey drip in the bowl. Number 1 rule, guys. Here we are. That is meal number 1 complete. I'll pop the calories and macros up on the screen every time I do the sort of time lapse. I'm gonna let that cool down for 10 minutes in the freezer, and then I'll eat it. Simple as. Get my supplements restocked up, get the check-ins done. I've got 2 consultation calls later today. Get another maybe 500 ml down, so I'll have 2.5, 3 liters in me before I train. Simple as. let's get straight to it. Full days of eating are the best, aren't they? Bloody love them. Can you believe I almost forgot to give you a little taste test? You know I wasn't going to forget. Come on now. Look at that beauty. Sensational stuff. The white chocolate by Perform, unreal. Also, this is my walking pad. I've got it to the side of me so I can just easily take it in and out. Time to chill out for like 10 minutes, put a little video on as I've already done quite a few check-ins, and then I'll get back to them. Should finish the morning lot before I head off to the gym. What a lovely gym session. That is by far the best gym session I've had since being like off of prep, 100%. Even though I am stupidly sore, I absolutely rinsed myself. It was amazing. Just being able to push those weights to absolute failure is the best feeling ever. Now, people who just go into the gym and kind of train half-ass and just do it to get the movements in and to say I've been gym, fair enough. But genuinely, I can never do that because that's the thing that I love so much about the gym. Like being able to go in there and push myself to new limits is the best feeling by far, and it just makes me forget about everything. Like put some music on, really just focus, and it stops you worrying about anything that you've got going on in your life. It is honestly the best, most relieving thing ever, and I think genuinely gym is the best form of therapy. Honestly, if you're struggling with like mental problems, whatever the case is, and you feel like you're having a hard time, like if you're home and you're putting off the gym or you just feel a bit shit, just go straight to the gym, go pound a session out, and I promise you, you'll come out of it feeling better. I did my push, shoulders, and bicep session. I ended it off on 20 minutes cardio. I feel fantastic. Like driving in the gym, I was like, oh, I feel a bit rubbish. I'm a bit down. As soon as I hopped in there, as soon as I did my first set, as soon as I saw the people there, best feeling ever. Anyway, enough of that. On my post-workout meal, which is so random, it is just 2 sourdough bagels with a bit of butter spray, 1 calorie butter spray. If you don't use this, honestly, get yourself some. It's fantastic. It's really, really good. As well as 2 of these Farg yogurts, whatever they're called, actually really good. Normally I get Greek yogurt, but I thought I'd get a little bit of this. So I'm gonna eat that because I've got a consultation call and a call with one of my clients as well. As well as that, just some 2 things I got for TikTok, because I've been ordering things off a TikTok shop recently. First one is Maximize. I don't know if you've ever seen this before, but I'm struggling with my skin a lot, and Max, I don't know if you've ever seen him on TikTok, absolutely awesome guy, just seems super genuine, and I can ever imagine him selling a shitty product just because of how nice he is, and I thought I'd order it. I thought I'd support as well. I'm going to make some reviews on it, but let's see how that goes. It's a natural purifying cleanser, paraben and sulfate free, so really, really good. Provides a gentle hydrating cleanse, so let's hope my spots go. I hope so. As well as that, my B complex and my zinc, or sorry, iron came back really low in my blood test. So that blood test video is coming soon. Still in the makings. So I got myself some B complex as well as some iron, 14 milligrams with vitamin C. So this one's got 14 milligrams of iron, 18 milligrams of vitamin C, and this has vitamin B1, B2, niacin, vitamin B6, folic acid, vitamin B12, biotin, pantothenic acid, choline, inositol, I don't know what that is, and para-amino benzoic acid. So that's what that consists of. I just ate this with this meal now, or I took them with this meal. I've still got some water left. I'm going to eat this and then get on with some more work, get on with the afternoon check-ins, but I'm feeling so good, guys. I can't bloody complain. It's quite late. It is 4 o'clock and I'm only on my 2nd meal. It's not looking good. I just haven't really had an appetite, really, to be honest with you. I've been so busy, which is a good thing, but at the same time, I've got to remember to prioritize my goals too, and that's to get absolutely bloody massive. That's the cringiest thing I've done in my life, right? Time-lapse time. Of course, I forgot to give you a taste test again, so let's get straight to it. I'm going to be walking on my walking pad, getting some client works done as well, and that's pretty much what we're going to be doing up until 5 o'clock when I've got a call. So, bagel, I forgot to say, I added a bit of pink Himalayan salt on the bagels as well. Nice and cold now. Yummy. And then the yogurt, beautiful stuff. does the trick. Low in fats, high in carbohydrates, high in protein, easily absorbed, because bagels, sourdough bagels especially, highly dense in carbohydrates in such a small portion, right? I think 2 of these bagels like 100 gram of carb, something around there. So essentially it's going to digest really, really well. It's high on the glycemic index as well. And then the yogurt, well, to be fair, this is like a bloody gut cleansing meal, right? We got the yogurt, good for gut microbiome, and the sourdough, good for gut microbiome. But anyway, this meal is pretty banging. I just didn't have time to cook because I've got a lot to do. So the other meal should be a bit more extravagant. I might try fit in 5. We'll see. But yeah, really, really nice. I enjoy it. It does the job. I'm not too fussed, if I'm honest with you. Got more important things to look after. So let's get to it, and I will catch you with whatever's next, because I've got no idea. I'm winging this video. I am back. And it has been extremely busy. So it is currently 7 p.m. and I'm only on my 3rd meal, right? Clients, if you're listening to this, please do not do what I do. This is not a good example. I'm sorting my out, all right? I've been lazy. Things haven't been too good. Today's just been extremely busy for me. There's no excuse. I'm still going to get my meals in and I'm still going to get to bed on time, 100%. But normally I like to have 5 meals. Today, it just wasn't feasible. I had a lot of like family stuff I had to help out with too. So when things like that happens, obviously I've got to just adjust. But anyway, what I wanted to say regardless is welcome to the team, Calvin. I just had a consultation call with him and he signed up. Absolutely amazing guy. Really excited to start with him. And just in terms of like his mindset and his determination to work towards his goals, I love those consultation calls, mate, because when you see someone with such passion towards something, they just need a bit of guidance and they really have that trust in you that they know that you can get them to where they want to be. Best feeling ever, and I'm so excited to have Calvin part of the team. So if you're watching this, welcome, my friend. Going to be an amazing journey. And if any of you want to inquire for coaching, by all means click the link in the description to send over a free inquiry and then we'll get something sorted. But anyway, quick little tip I wanted to give you guys. Now, a lot of people don't actually know how to batch cook rice, and you're like, oh, well, if I got it raw weight, how am I meant to like figure out what the cooked weight is, etc., etc. So I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it, and it's something I learned just, I guess, how I use my brain. But anyway, number one thing is, say if you're using a rice cooker or whatever you're using to cook it, weigh it without anything in. So I know this without the rice in weighs 196 grams. Don't tell me how I remember that. It was because of prep, right? But anyway, so what you do is you zero out your scale and you pop it on here. And then once it's actually registered, it's going to take some time. There we are. It comes out to 1,163 grams. So I'm going to do 1,163 minus 196. So then that is the amount of rice that is in there. Okay, so there's 967 grams of cooked rice in there. Now I'm doing my rice portions in 100 grams, and I know that there's 400 grams dry weight, right? So all I need to do is divide that by 4, and I know now that 241 grams of that rice is equivalent to 100 grams of raw rice, right? But say if you've got that 967 number and you've got different proportions of meals, the way that you do it is you do 967 and say if you've got 400 grams of rice, right? Divide it by 400, okay? So then per 1 gram of rice, it is 2.4 grams of cooked rice. So then say if one of your meals was 80 grams, another was 100, another was 120, all you do is you take that number and you times it by the amount of rice that you need. So now we know 80 grams of raw weight rice is equivalent to 193 grams cooked weight. Pretty simple, but a lot of people don't know that, and hopefully that will help some of you out. But anyway, I'm going to quickly chef up this meal because I've got another call in 20 minutes. Pretty hectic, but I can't complain. I love it a lot. Right, so let's do it. We got some chicken, veg, rice, peanut butter, sriracha. Let's do it. We are done and I'm excited to eat. Here we are. Look at that. I'm actually going to remember the taste test this time. Absolutely sensational stuff. Peanut butter and sriracha, guys, is the best combination of all time. And I'm roasting down here. My God, it is hot. Let's give this a little taste test. Oh, no. Saved it. Beautiful. I'm going to eat this very quickly and then do what I need to do next. And after that, I will take you through how I organize all of my tablets, which I haven't shown you. So we'll get through to that in just a second. Right, okay, this part of the video is actually being filmed in the future. It's late at night. It is almost 10 p.m. I've just finished all my work for the day. I've had my final meal, but I forgot to film this part, and it's actually me just organizing all of my supplements. Hopefully you can see everything, and it's just one thing, one small little thing that can make a difference. If you've got all of your supplements pre-prepared, then the chances that you're not going to take them are very, very slim. So I'm going to literally time-lapse over me speaking, me organizing all of these, but I've got minoxidil 2.5 milligrams, finasteride 1 milligram, which is just for hair restoration, hair longevity in terms of me not balding anymore after my hair transplant. We've also got zinc and trimagnesium, D3 plus K2. These are all by Perform, advanced omega-3s, and then we've got a multivitamin from B&M because I actually ran out of my multivitamins from Perform, so I'm going to have to reorder that. That's one thing that I'm going to reorder. As well as that, we've got an Ultimate B complex and iron. 14 milligrams of that as well. So those are going to be my daily supplements. So all I do is I take everything out and I just start loading it in Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all these different days. Now, it's just like meal prep, guys, right? One thing I always say to my clients, and I know that's a saying I always say, but I like to give you guys tips I always give to my clients as well, is essentially, right, with like things like meal prep, if you've got that meal already, right, it's all sorted and prepared, and you're like, right, okay, it's in front of me, I've got no excuse. Okay, it's there. I don't need to go to the shop and buy something quick and easy because the meal is prepared. There's no point in me being lazy if I've gone through the effort of actually creating that meal. And that's another thing. Eliminate all excuses or ways that you can get out of being off of your diet, whether that's in an improvement phase, whether that's in a fat loss phase, whatever the case is, it's all independent. But remove excuses and remove distractions too, right? If you know that you've got a bunch of sweets in your pantry, a bunch of sweets in your cupboards, whatever the case is, and you know they tempt you like crazy, right? Throw them away. Literally, what good is that going to give you? Absolutely no good, except for temptation and make you focus on food a million times more. That's one thing. Try not to be food focused during diets because food is always going to be there. That's one thing. But the reason you are dieting right now is solely out of your choice. You have chosen to diet, you have chosen to lose weight, you have chosen to decrease your body fat. So it is also your choice and your sort of responsibility to realize that the food that you're not eating now will always be there, but the reason you're not having it now is because you have a goal to hit. Do you want to give up on that goal and say you gave up, or do you want to carry on going, push yourself through and do what others aren't willing or able to do, right? That's another little big aspect of things I like to preach because I practice what I preach at the end of the day. Another little thing I will say as I'm just finishing up all of this is essentially I will be going to the Gymshark event, the one in the end of August, because Sebum and bloody Sam Sulek are going, which is super, super exciting. It'll be very awesome to see them in person, and the tickets are for free. So if any of you guys are going to be there and you see me, come say hi. Even though I'm not like a celebrity or anything, like that's dumb to say, but I always love just speaking to people that have seen my TikTok, seen my YouTube. Yeah, obviously I'm not a Gymshark athlete or anywhere the caliber of like bloody Sebum or Sam Sulek. However, like I've had it before at the shows where people come up to me, oh, I saw you on TikTok, I've seen your cream of rice recipes, and it always makes my day. So if you do see me, come say hi. Anyway, I'm gonna carry on packing this. It would have probably been done by now on the time lapse, but nice and easy, no excuse to miss my supplements now. Stay nice and healthy. So on that note, I will catch you on the next little thing, which is me making my Relax support, which is something I take before bed pretty much every single night. But I'll catch you then. And just like that, not even 5 minutes, 2 weeks worth of supplements all sorted out, easy peasy. And you know, I'm very busy at the moment, so doing this is super crucial for me to make sure that I actually get them in every single day. And I just keep everything inside of here, put it on top of my fridge, bish bosh. bash, nice and easy. Voila. Last little bit, I promise I'll stop annoying you guys. Last little bit, I promise I'll stop annoying you after this, is the thing that I always end my night on, is some relaxed stress support. So the next part of this video will have my final meal of the day, which isn't too interesting anyway, but this is a hot chocolate flavor, cortisol and stress management. Do you know how many times that took me to say? Like 5. I kept stuttering. But no, really nice, tastes fantastic, and it's got so many benefits, right? It's got magnesium citrate, zinc gluconate, vitamin B6, L-glycine, L-theanine, chamomile extract, ashwagandha. And as we know, having low stress and low cortisol as athletes or as people who go to the gym is really important. I make it in my nice big mug, which I just sip on before bed. Hits the spot every single time. I don't think you can go wrong with a hot chocolate, can you? But highly recommend picking this up if you've never tried it. It does make a big difference to your sleep. I literally get knocked out after it. And since I was taking like melatonin every single day on prep, I've gone off of it now. And now I'm kind of just easing out on the sleep supplements, but I've been taking this every single day because it tastes so good, and I wake up feeling really good. Because if you haven't taken melatonin before, yeah, it gets you to sleep, but when you wake up in the morning, you're so groggy. Like I was taking 10 milligrams every single day. I think to the back end of prep, I was on like 12.5 just because I needed it, to be honest with you. I was prescribed melatonin when I was younger, when I was like 8, because I've got ADHD, so that's another whole story anyway. But on to the final part of the video, which is my meal number 4, and yeah, see you then. But I'm going to sleep because I'm knackered. It is nice and dark and gloomy outside right now, and I am drinking a Coke Zero, which I know has got caffeine in, so it's not the best thing. However, I fancied one, and I'm sleeping really well at the moment, so that's good. Well, not really, but anyway, there's no excuse I can make from here. We have got the final meal, which is some rice, beef, veg, and then the beautiful combo of sweet chili and lighter than light mayo. Have a look at that. Absolutely beautiful stuff. Let's give you a taste test before we end off this video. Absolutely amazing. I've also got to make my monthly perform order. I don't actually know what to order yet. I think I'm going to get some more whey isolates, and the flavors that I'm going to get are probably going to be oh god, it's such a hard choice because they're so good. I think white chocolate hazelnut and potentially caramel biscuit, or if I want to be extra safe in terms of not get flavor fatigue, then I might just go for chocolate cream or vanilla cream, but I don't know. We will see. Oh, cereal milk is so good as well. I'll decide later on. One thing I wanted to touch on the end of this video is something that I implement to a lot of my clients, which can actually help you out in terms of adherence in dieting phases, especially before bed, because 99% of the time people struggle with their diet before bed, right? That's when you're hungry, that's when you get all the thoughts, that's when you get the urges. And a good little tip is, 1, save a bit of food before bed, right? Try and make it high in volume, a bit of carbs, a bit of protein. And the one thing that you want to have in there as well is some fats, because fats essentially slow down the digestion of carbohydrates. So if you've got a good mix in there, basically it will slow down food. If you've got a good amount of protein is the most satiating macronutrient, and essentially that will keep you fuller. Like if you wake up in the middle of the night, you won't be as hungry, you won't feel as, you know, oh, my stomach hurts, I'm growling. Like, get some of that type of food in, and that will help you a lot in terms of fat. I would generally say like anywhere from 15 to 20 grams of fat, with obviously carbs dependent on your macronutrients, and then a good chunk of protein too. And that should keep you nice and full and keep the volume high with like veg and stuff. That will always help you out. I'm also watching Ben Bray here, which is actually, you know, quite educational stuff. I'm watching It's the Truth About My Steroid Use and Going Back to Natural. Pretty interesting video. Not much else I need to touch on now. Just going ahead with things at the moment. If you guys don't know, I think I mentioned in the earlier parts of the video, but weighing 75.2 kilograms right now. So that's 4 kilograms up from stage weight, as well as that doing 15,000 steps per day and 5 lots of 20 minutes of cardio. I'm on 15,000 just as of now. So it says 17,000, but 2,000 of them were from my cardio. So I don't count that towards my steps. But that's pretty much it now. I'm getting to a body composition that I'm relatively happy with. I think I'm going to sort of maintain where I'm at now for around a month. And I think my maintenance calories is around 3.2K. So I've eaten a little less today. That's just because I was a little bit busy. But if I drop weight tomorrow, I'm just going to stick to 3,000 calories, 5 meals a day, and then assess from there. But for now, I've got priorities I've got to take on in life, right? One thing that I've really got to learn to balance as well, just in general, is bodybuilding with life. Because before I was so like all in, where everything had to fit around bodybuilding, I'd make sacrifices for bodybuilding, where I realized those sacrifices and those things I want to give up or say I can't do this anymore or things like that, it's just not worth it. Like, that is not worth it. It's not my career. At the end of the day, my career is coaching. That is my passion. That is my true job, as well as like content creation. Absolutely love that too. And just like, it's not worth making those sacrifices, in my opinion, in my position, right? I don't want to make a career as a bodybuilder. That's not my passion. It is a passion of mine, but not my true sort of vocation, I guess you could say. Who knows if I'll compete in the future? I'd say 99% not going to, if I'm just completely honest with you guys, but never say never. It's just all about making mistakes and learning from them, because guys, you've heard me say plenty of times in the previous videos, I've made a lot of mistakes, a lot, and I regret a lot of things. I can promise you that. I'm not going to go into detail of it. Maybe I will one day, because it might help out some people, but who knows. Luckily, things are going really well for my life and I'm nice and busy, so you know, I've got my priorities straight at the moment. And next time I'm in that same situation, I won't make the same mistake. It's just like dieting, right? Or coaching. Whenever you come across hurdles, your coach is there to support you, or you're there to support yourself. And next time those hurdles appear, or you know, you come up to that mistake you made previously, you'll learn how to overcome it and not create that mistake again. So, ending off on a nice philosophical, I don't know what the word is, you know what I'm trying to say, talk, and hopefully that's helped some of you guys out. Probably hasn't, but anyway, that is the full day of eating complete. I'm sure I would have put up the full macros on the screen at one point. If not, it is right here. Boom. Nothing crazy. I'm going to be setting, I'm adjusting things as I go along at the moment, because my body's still recovering from prep. I know it's been over a month, but I've really just got to take it day by day and listen to myself. And I'm happy with how things are going. And it's just a focus on healing, making sure I'm good mentally and physically, and making sure training's on point. So yeah, on that note, hope you enjoyed. Any coaching inquiries, click the link in the description. Use my code at Perform Nutrition, Mikey, for 25% off if you'd like to. I promise you, you won't regret it. And on that note, hope you have a lovely rest of your week. Whether it's the end of the week, I hope your next week is fantastic too. Keep chasing your dream, guys, and make yourself proud. All right, catch you soon.